It's almost the end of the year already, and what a year it's been. So, what better thing to do than to take a look back at some of the more embarrassing moments of the last 12 months. That's right, we're having a look at all the crashes we've had, and this year has seen some epic fails. But before we look at the fails, it's also great to celebrate the good stuff too. It's awesome to see that the Bike and Beyond community is steadily growing, and we've explored some epic places this year. In fact, we've ridden at 12 separate trail centres and 4 new bike parks up and down the country, some of them more than once, which is pretty good going in a year. As well as superb locations, I've had the pleasure of meeting up with a whole bunch of great riders who've shown me some epic local spots and no end of amazing days out. So before we watch all the epic crashes from the year, here's a quick look at some of the great places that we visited and the awesome people that I've shared adventures with.
Yeah, nice. Yeah! Woo!
So without further messing, it's time to show you what you're here for. Let's take a look at some of the best crashes and fails from myself and all the people I've ridden with over the last year. Starting with some of the smaller crashes, back at the start of the year I made a few visits to Woodbury Common. In total I managed to crash here about 3 times in the last year, catching 2 of them on camera. The first was pretty tame, it was due to some slippery trails.
You're gonna stay this. Yep, there we go. She's down.
The second one is way more embarrassing. I was following Dan and Joe down one of the natural trails. As I got to the end, I slammed on the brakes, but I hit a patch of soft ground and went OTB.
I just stopped as well. How did I fall off there?
What a Burke.
Yeah. Oh, it just dug in. Is that where you're from? Yeah. Oh.
By far my worst crash of the year was definitely when I visited Old Hill Bike Park with YouTuber Blob on a bike. I was trying to drop into the black line off the top of the flat drop. I started off in the wrong gear and just wasn't going fast enough. I managed to just about hold onto the bike, so I didn't really get injured.
I was way too slow. As I did it, I should have had another pedal. Right,
Luckily, I managed to pluck up the courage to get back on the bike and try it again with a lot more success.
There we go.
But it isn't just me who's crashed on camera this year. I met up with Joe, Rob, Gray and Dan for a thrash around Holden Forest at the start of the year. Riding the off-piste trails, it wasn't long before one of us hit the dirt. Gray managed to come off his bike and commando rolled down the stairs. Luckily, he made it out of this alive and was back on the bike in no time. But it could have been a lot worse. Talking about fails and crashes on Bike and Beyond, of course, what crash video wouldn't be complete without an entry from our buddy Jim? Jim is a great rider and a fearless charger. This snap was taken after he decided to explore the foliage at Cannock. On our Bike Park Wales trip, Jim had a close call dropping into a trail.
Oh, are you right?
He went a bit offline, but luckily managed to stop. However, he wasn't so lucky dropping into the next trail.
Oh, are you right, dude?
You've seen this clip a few times on Bike and Beyond, and as you know, both rider and bike were unharmed. This was an epic day's riding at Bike Park Wales, but of course for Jim, it ended up in destruction, as he broke his bike on the A470 jump trail. But unharmed, he walked away with a smile on his face. It's safe to say you will definitely be seeing a bit more of Jim on the channel in the future. But in my opinion, the winner of the 2021 Bike and Beyond crash reel is this one. This is Rob at Exeter Bike Park. We'd hit this jump so many times today with no problems, but this time Rob just managed to overcook it with disastrous consequences.
Oh! Oh!
Luckily, he was wearing a full face helmet and his body armour. So, lucky for us all, there haven't been too many serious accidents this year, and only a couple of trips to A&E. One was me with my busted shin. This is going to rip so many hairs out. And the second was Chris after he messed up his leg, rib and shoulder. Crashes aside, I had a blast riding in 2021. I can't wait to get cracking on some epic trips and adventures in 2022. There are also some exciting new products on the way for us to take a look at, and a few more YouTuber collaborations landing in the next year. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. Thanks for joining me over the last year. I can't wait for more. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.